is a nation without representation? What is a nation without representation? I'm the 5%, not a 10% amazing.
All praises due to Allah, and that's a blessing. 360 degrees on the ball. All praises due to Allah, and that's a blessing. 360 degrees on the ball. More righteous, more righteous, all praises due to Allah, and that's a blessing. 360 degrees. More righteous, more righteous, all praises due to Allah, and that's a blessing.
Am I the meanest? Sure enough. Am I the baddest mofo low down around this time? Sure enough. Well, who am I?
Joshua Law.
Who am I?
Joshua Law.
I can't hear you.
Joshua Law, Mr. PhD.
Peace to all our followers, likers, and subscribers. Thank y'all for tuning in again with Real2reel360. Today it's going down once again, and we locked and loaded. Last week this show was supposed to happen, but there's some things that jumped off that we was unable to make it happen. But we got this young lady back again today, and we're looking to, get in her business a little bit, see what her music career, how she get into music. We're gonna rock out with her today. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't mind, get your hands together for the one and only Miss Understood. Good evening. Good evening. How are you?
All is well, exhausted. Of course, it's the holidays, but
Good.
doing well. How about yourself?
I'm doing. I'm doing. I'm doing okay. Trying to get everything. Now, if you don't mind, could you introduce yourself to all our followers and subscribers, the ones who, really support Real to Real 360?
Okay. So my name is Misunderstood. Singer-songwriter from the West Georgia area, out west of Atlanta. Been doing music for 30, 40 something years now. So I live, breathe, and eat music. Mother of two, grandmother of two. I work day as a activities director. Any other time you can catch me writing music, creating, perfecting my craft, shall I say.
Now, what was it about the music industry that attracted
I think this is I'm not going to say every, because I can't speak for everybody, but as most artists that I know would say, it all started in the church. So I started singing as a little girl in my local church. And from there, it just kept going. So
So, as a young girl, who were some of the people that was inspirational, influential, when it comes down to you as an artist?
would have been our choir director, my brother, my elementary music teacher, Marty Sailors. Oh my goodness. There were days as a kid, you come in, you just want to slide down in your chair, and you don't want to be at school, but she knew she knew I had it in me. So she pushed me. On days I had those friends tugging at me saying, they're choosing you for everything. Nah, 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 nah. I was like, okay, I don't want it. I don't want the attention. I don't want to deal with. She'd pull me in her office and give me the 3rd degree, and don't let nobody stop you from doing what you are so wonderful at doing. So she motivated me. My brothers, I had a group of people. Didn't matter where our choir traveled to, there was always somebody encouraging me, saying, keep going. You have an anointing in your voice, all the good things.
Now, as as a artist, what was it about soul music that attracted you and you went into that direction? Because if I'm not mistaken, it's like a country soul that you and I just say soul. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Um, what is it about the soul music that attracted you the most?
To me, it's heartfelt. Uh, it has always been through many life endeavors. It has been soothing to the soul for me personally. Um, it's the easiest thing for me to write to. However, I like to challenge myself. I love music, so I try in all the other genres as well. I don't try, I do it in all the other genres as well. Um, I can't honestly say what attracted me to it. I know watching my brother growing up, he musician as well, play the keys, play the drums. He writes music. Well, he did. And having him wake me up at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning and we're harmonizing. And I'm younger than him, so I'm like, I'm sleepy. I don't want to do this. But the more I watched him write music based upon things that he was going through or thinking or feeling and telling his story, it spunked me to, oh, I can do this. I want to try this. And I don't want to just be the background person. Um, but I never really tapped into it until life started handing me my tail. And then I was like, I got a story to tell.
So,
So, put the two together, you got it coming from the soul, from the innermost part of my being, um, be it happy, sad, hurt, mad. Um, I brought it from the soul. So,
I mean, so the music became therapy for what you were going.
absolutely.
Shout out to China, man. Appreciate you so much watching, tuning in. Thank you, China. Um, what's going on, Cotton Candy? What's going on with you? Hope you're feeling much better, cousin. Um, when you when you sit down and write, matter of fact, how did you start writing? Right.
I first started singing with a band, and of course, I was just doing cover songs. Bass guitar, rest his soul, looked at me and said, "Hey, I wrote a lick. Take it home and write it." Wait, whoa, that's foreign language to me. I'm not a writer. My brother does all the writing. I do the harmonizing. You got the wrong person. He said, take it home and just sit on it and write to it. My first song I wrote was Reality. Um, and it told a story. And that's what he asked me to do. He said, all you got to do is just tell a story. You've been through enough to tell your story. Um, so I titled it Reality. I sat down and I wrote, and so it was my bass player in the first band that I sang in.
Okay. Lady Shay Williams out there in Houston, Texas, is in the building.
Houston.
Yes, yes, definitely. But so it's therapeutic more so when it comes down to your writing.
Yes,
'Cause a lot of the stuff that you write is reality based um for you, things that you've been through or things that you've seen people go through.
absolutely.
Well, I've been looking at some videos and you do a lot of ballads. You do a lot of ballads. What is it about the ballad songs that that that's more empowering for
cannot put a finger on that. All I know is most times, even if I'm having writer's block,
Mhm.
I'm a visionary, I'm a dreamer. It's given to me.
Mhm.
So I take it and maneuver the melody the way I want to hear it, but I can't quite put a finger on the why it's given to me the way it's given to me. I just go with the flow. I never go against the current. Just go against the flow. Go with the flow. So I can honestly say it was never even really intentionally meant to be a ballad. It was given to me. So put it out there.
I watched you perform, and the energy that you put into the performance and the song is moving. You can feel every word in the song. And I wanted to know, like, how do you prepare for performance and give so much energy that you give in your
Meditation, reflection, um, and just really based on the song that I choose to perform at that moment. I go back to where I was when I wrote that song mentally. I go within inside myself and actually pull out how I was feeling at that moment. Um, so when I get on stage, I've already surfaced it. Law of attraction. You want to feel that way. You want to put it out there. You know, talk about it, feel about it. Um, so I can go back to moments in my life and know exactly how I felt then. Um, and I resurface that because a lot of the times we don't heal from a lot of things. We cover it up with a little dirt. And when the wind blows, it all can come right back up. It's all gonna blow. So me not healing properly, that dirt still under that rug, that feeling, that emotion, that all the things are still there. So when I need it, I use it.
family. Smoke is in the building. Smoke is
Smoke
in the building.
oh,
God, Candy said right. You know, she's definitely in agreement with you. And I wanted to say the song "Stay With." What was what was the inspiration of that song "Stay With"?
the inspiration behind Stay With Me.
Yes, ma'am.
That song, in high hopes that it would resonate with people. I had been talking to some fellow friends of mine that were going through a storm, so it was an actual story about me. It's something that I had been through also, but um, so many times we try to make pieces fit that don't fit, and we're begging and pleading, just we can make this work, we can make it happen, just stay with me, just hang in there, just all the things. And I was talking to this one friend of mine, I won't mention any names, um, who was at that point in her life, like, I don't want to start over, I don't want to, you know um, I don't want to go through the fight. um, Without the fight you don't get the growth. um, but the whole stay with me is about people that don't know how to completely let go, and they're living in it in high hopes. We live off the hope creep. I hope they'll act right, I hope they'll change their ways, all the hopes. um, so that's where stay with me came from. I had a couple of people talking at me at the same time in two different parts of the world that were just really hoping that their relationship would turn around, or things would get better, pretty much just begging somebody to just stay with me, like, you know tired of trying love all over again, just let's just weather the storm. So that's where stay with me came
Definitely. Shout out to Yolanda Marshall.
from.
You know what I'm
Yolanda.
saying? She said, hey, hey. And Cotton Candy said you said a mouthful right there. And it's
Oh,
facts. Smoke said it's facts. You know what I mean? So many great comments. If it ain't broke, don't try to fix it. You know what I mean?
it's one thing I do know. A leopard never changes its spots. They only grow bigger.
That's
They-
it. So we're gonna get off into this here, man. Statement.
Just say you'll stay with me, 'cause I'm on bended knee. Let's make memories and build your dreams with me. 'Cause baby, I need you. We'll be sharing a lifetime. We'll stay committed forever. And for your love, I surrender. Yeah, yeah. I know I blocked your number, but I'm off that hand dog. Like, is you really done? Or you just pissed off? Say, I don't need no man, no, I don't need y'all. But I want that one who used to be all in my walls, who used to make me laugh and talk to me about everything. About his mama, about his partner, yeah, everything. I don't want nobody else, and you gon' hear my pain. Ever since you been gone, shit ain't never been the same. Just say you'll stay with me. 'Cause I'm on bended knee. Let's make memories and build your dreams with me. 'Cause baby, I need you. We'll be sharing a lifetime. We'll stay committed forever. And for your love, I surrender. Just say you'll stay with me. 'Cause I'm on bended knee. Let's make memories and build your dreams with me. 'Cause baby, I need you. We'll be sharing a lifetime. We'll stay committed forever. And for your love, I surrender.
And listen, that's a lot of times we all go through situation, relationships goes ups and downs and everything else. And we need an outlet to release some energy. Jim Starr says, "Pay to have faith in your dreams and never give up."
Absolutely.
And
Dreams don't
now,
work.
and China says she loved the song and its melody. Thank you so much, China, for tuning
Thank
in with us. Much love, family. Now, when it comes down to music as a whole, because you've been in the game for 30 years, um, the very first time your experience with actually creating a song and going in the studio and making it happen, what was that feeling like? And what was that song for you? Was it the reality Was that the song that you was talking about, or
The first time I went in the studio, um, an actual studio, not in home, the first song was um, Energy.
okay.
No, I'm sorry. It was Faded. It was Faded. Um, at that moment, life was lifing. You hear me? Life was lifing. But to be in the studio at that moment doing that song, have you ever been anxious, happy, and overly joyed all at the same time? Just put all that in one bubble. And you don't know if you want to cry, laugh, happy, just you don't know if you what you want to do. You just know I'm here and I did it. I made it and I'm gonna give it my best. That's where I was when I did Faded. Um, I was able to suppress everything that I was going through, every trial, every tribulation, and get that song out.
Shout out to Howard
So
Harris.
at a
Cotton
purpose,
Candy says she loved your voice.
say that again.
Cotton Candy says she loved your voice. And
Thank
shout
you.
out to Howard Harris. Thank you so much. I appreciate y'all. And we're gonna get off into Faded because I want to feel this energy. I want to feel this glory.
You took my heart and you played it. You took my mind, now it's faded. Now I'm so gone, I'm persuaded, but I had to get agreed. Had to find my strength, find a little peace, back to loving me. You grabbed my soul and dismayed it. Tamper with my peace, disassembled me, but I stood my ground, now I can't be found. Now I'm full of love. The things you rid me of was given from above. You took my heart and you played it. You took my mind, now it's faded. Now I'm so gone, and I'm persuaded there's a brand new me walking totally free. Here's a kiss to me. I had to leave you alone, 'cause you took your time. Now time's faded, and you took my life and displayed it. But I took control and finally made it. You never get the best of me. Now my life is worry free. 'Cause you took my heart and you played it. You took my mind, now it's faded. Now I'm so gone, and I'm persuaded
Man, this music is so relaxed. It's so mellow. Shout out Shay Jones. China says she absolutely love it. You know what I'm saying? Good evening, Ike Dirty. What's going on with you,
Thank you.
bruh? Man, Smoke said you can literally feel every word, the power of real heartfelt music.
Thank.
That's this is what I was talking about when you perform. You know what I mean? It gives you that neo soul type music.
That's what I was aiming for.
It gives you that almost, you know what I'm saying, like a Jill Scott. You know what I mean? That it's just a different vibe where you can just mellow out, sip
Yeah.
your nice cognac. You know what I'm saying? Smoke your cigar and just relax from a hard
Yeah.
day. That right there is definitely one song that I can definitely feel the energy. The
Yeah.
words are very powerful, very powerful, and to see and feel and hear those lyrics. When people tell you how your music moved them, what type of feeling comes over you then?
It moves my spirit, I can tell you that. Um, I all I can say is mission accomplished. Um, to know that it moved them, that it resonated with them, or they just found peace in it, mission accomplished. Um, so as my mama would say, sometimes you got to pat your own self on the back. So, you know, as long as it touched one.
Now, where did the name Misunderstood come
Where did it come from? I'm glad you asked. So, growing up, mind you, I told you my brother used to do all the music. I was just a harmonizer. I played the drums, I did other things, but that was my thing. My brother decided he wanted to take another route and he wanted to become a psychologist and a minister and all the things. And he did. And I begged him. I was like, bruh, come on. Like, I can't find nobody else to harmonize with me the way you harmonize with me. Let's do this. He's like, sis, I don't want to do it anymore. Like, I've done music 30, 40 something years. I'm already done. I don't want to do it. So I took the initiative to go out on that limb by myself. And I had so many people, family, friends. You can't do it without him. Like he's the heart of it. You can't. He does all the writing. Little did they know I had already written a song, but um, he does the writing. He does the playing. What are you gonna do? You can't do it. They told me everything I couldn't do. You could never work in an office. I'm doing this interview in my office, by the way. Everything that I couldn't do, um, I did it. So they misunderstood me. So I wasn't misunderstood. They misunderstood me. They misunderstood everything that I was capable of doing. They underestimated me. Um, so everything that I was told that I couldn't do, not only did I prove it to myself that I could, I also proved them wrong. Um, so they misunderstood me, and that's where you got misunderstood from.
from? Now, in your 30, 40 years journey in music, what are some of the things that you learned and you have overcome, you know what I'm saying, to be in this position today?
I'm glad you asked. I love your questions. Oh my god. So, so I kid you not. Yolanda, shout out to Yolanda. I love her. I have the industry. I got a taste of it, a little taste. Just there was so many times. Can I keep it a buck tonight?
Just give it a buck. You're
Okay.
real to real. Keep it real over here.
It is hard
Mhm.
for female artists in the industry. I called Yolanda one time ready to throw in the towel, like, I'm done. I quit. I will, no, I can't. So the hardest thing is trying to achieve your goals. You said I could keep it a buck, and
Yes,
men
sir.
being men. It held me back so many times. I lost opportunities. I don't have to mention any names. I lost shows that would have opening for um, Crown Royal. Oh God, The Walk in the Park by Crown Royal. Merely because I didn't want to lower my standards. I lost I lost shows. I lost interviews because I didn't. I'm not that desperate for music. You can't put what you didn't give me, my gift, on the line and ask me to gamble it for your pleasure. You didn't give it to me and you can't take it from me. So to hell with your show and all the other things that come along with it. So because of I lost ample opportunities, many opportunities, because I wouldn't be that loosey goosey. Um, so it's a battle, and it's not fair. It has almost but pushed me to the point of saying, you know what, I'm gonna become an engineer, and I'm gonna just open up a studio for females that don't want to deal with that bull crap. You hinder our growth. You hinder our, like, we want to go do it, and it's like, you know what? I want to go record. I want to go do all this thing, but then I got to deal with this. I got to fight with this, and you know, everybody don't like the disrespect.
Mhm.
Um, but it's like, I'm gonna go become an engineer and do my own music and all the things. But that's a battle that I can say I hated the most. And not just once, twice, three. I'm talking about numerous of times. Um, so that was the one thing I had to overcome. I call Yolanda and I'm crying my eyes out. I quit. I'm done. I don't want to do it. And she would talk to me. But it always helped me with the next step because every time I tried to level up, I run into it again. So I'd address it differently than I did the first one. So each time I got better at it, um, to the point where it's not going to shut me down. It's going to get you in trouble though. Because there's one thing about it, God don't play about me. And I've watched some people just, self destruct almost, trying to come for a gift that they didn't give me. So that would be the hardest part of it, um, is not being able to do what you really want to do, need to do to perfect your craft. Because I'm not gonna say all men, but some men want to be men and they want to think with the wrong brain. Um, so that was the hardest part, but I overcome it. God showed me other ways, other routes, put the right people in the right places, connecting with the right people. And now I can go forward with a peace of mind knowing I have, an amazing team around me, a good circle, people that I can really go to and know that, that's not a battle I have to fight anymore.
So you're we're talking about sexism for the most part, and how a lot of times the industry is male dominated, and they want to project their ideals on female. What are some of the messages that you will, give to younger female artists that is trying to come into the game?
Repeat that question one more time.
What would be the advice that you would give a younger female artist that's trying to break into the game?
They're going to tempt you from every angle. They're going to promise you everything. Know your worth. Man didn't give you your gift, and he can't take your gift. The same way the man claim he can elevate you, I can't even put quote around it for God. God can elevate you and take you where you need to be. Get with the right people. Everything that looks good, everything that sounds good, isn't always good for you. Take your time, pace yourself, and connect with people.
Oh, something happened. She ended up jumping off. And this interview is really deep. It's really deep. And we're going to get back into her music until she can come back in here, pop back in. And I want to play Faded again. And ladies and gentlemen, this is Faded by Misunderstood.
You took my heart and you played it. You took my mind, now it's faded. Now I'm so gone, I'm persuaded, but I had to get agreed. Had to find my strength, find a little peace, back to loving me. You grabbed my soul and dismayed it. Tamper with my peace, disassemble me, but I stood my ground, now I can't be found. Now I'm full of love. The things you rid me of was given from above. You took my heart and you played it. You took my mind, now it's faded. Now I'm so gone, and I'm persuaded there's a brand new me walking totally free. Here's a cheers to me. I had to leave you alone, 'cause you took your time. Now time's faded, and you took my life and displayed it. But I took control and finally made it. You never get the best of me. Now my life is worry-free. 'Cause you took my heart and you played it. You took my mind, now it's faded. Now I'm so gone, and I'm persuaded.
Every time I hear that song, I want to go get me some wine and give me some cheese and crackers. You know what I mean? And just sit up.
Do a little bonfire and just sit out by the fire and just
Yeah, just sit up and just
woosah.
sit.
Yeah.
Yeah, woosah. But you were saying about the message that you would give the younger female artists coming up, and you end up getting cut off in the middle. If you don't mind, could you just please elaborate on that some more?
So I was saying, don't be in a rush. Connect yourself with real, genuine people. Everybody's not gonna succeed at the same time. It's like popcorn. Everybody's gonna pop on their own time. When it's time for you to pop, you'll pop. But being in a hurry will land you with the wrong people. Um, will have you I've always said I didn't want to, I don't mind the bright lights, but I enjoy what I do. And I don't want nobody taking that from me. When you take the fun out of it, you become that puppet on the string. God gave you a gift. Use it. Because if you don't use it, you'll lose it. But take your time and surround yourself with good, genuine hearted people that care about you, your well being, that really want to see you win. And you'll know. As for discernment, pay attention, be slow to speak and swift to hear. Read the fine lines. I think
Now,
that's
with that, what are some of the things that you're looking to accomplish going forward in the music?
going forward. So, um, I'm not gonna say I'm sleeping on myself. I'm um, wanting to be that woman of many hats. I've gotten into showcases. Um, where we're from, I'm from a small town, so there's not a lot of platform here. So when they won't give you a stage, you got to create one. So I've created a stage for all the upcoming artists to get their music out. A lot of these locals, they get the stage, they get the paid gigs, and they'll use them over and over and over again before they ever will reach out to an independent upcoming artist and say, hey, let us hear your music. So that's where I step in and say, hey, you got music? Let's get you heard. Let's get you an interview. Let's push your music on the other side of the world, because just right here at your own back door, it is not gonna happen. It's fun, it gives the community something to do. Um, but right now I'm doing showcases, venue to venue, just really creating stage for a lot of other artists. Um, Mainly in bars, um, breweries, anywhere right now. Really looking to go to the corporate side of things, doing corporate gigs, um, creating um, my own walk in the park. Um, I want to get my music over into Tyler Perry. Just throwing that out there. Law of attraction. You put it out there, it comes. Because I do feel like some of my music would go good in some of his plays, movies. So I do want to get my music over into film and TV. Um, just want to. Keep writing. Want to do my first album release the first of next year. So I'm working on that as well. Um, so
Now,
that's where.
a lot of the things that I'm hearing is like in women empowerment. You know what I'm saying? Building women up in the music. Those who lack a lot of self-esteem, able to, what I'm saying, get re-energized and be awakened of who they are.
Absolutely.
And with promoting, you know, because you're wearing many hats. Me and Yo has talked about, what I'm saying, you promoting and things like that. You're not just an artist, you're multifaceted that way. Um, and I wanted to ask you, about getting into promoting shows and doing showcases, but you beat me to it. You know what I mean? You just beat me to it. So I got to go somewhere else. You know,
Okay.
I got to go somewhere else. Now, understanding like getting into the Tyler Perry movies and shows and what have the licensing and sync. How difficult has that been to try to get your music licensed and sync where it will be accepted in the TV shows and the movies?
I don't honestly. If I think if I dug hard enough, deep enough, it doesn't. From what I've read, people that I've kind of networked with, it doesn't really appear to be that hard. It's just kind of buckling down and getting it done. Um, between the showcases, work, and the new grandbabies, life has been doing its thing. So I haven't really sat down to say, you know what, let me just, you gotta be consistent. You gotta follow through. You gotta do. all those things. Um, so I like to, as my mom would say, when you're serious, you'll do it. When you're ready, you'll do it. When you get ready to clock out and go home and get off that clock, you're gonna go up that clock out and you're gonna go home and get off that clock. So when I'm ready, I'll put 110 behind it and I'll make it happen. And until then, I'm having fun with the showcases right now. Um, it's my hobby, but at the same time, I'm trying to get into hosting and getting opening that door, as well as doing some public speaking. So, so many things.
You're
So
so
yeah,
wearing so
I
many
can
hats. And
box off
let me
one thing, say, you know what, I'm going to do this first, and once that's done, then I'm going to move over to this, and yeah, I have a lot of brain activity going on.
I see like public speak, right? Public speak, molding, singing, song, artists, entertainment. Um, is there anything that you are not, you don't want to tap into because it seems like you got your hands in a lot of different pots.
Um, I, well, I can't say I've done it all, but working in a nursing home as an activity director, I've been doing it for 5 years. But I was a CNA doing nursing. I did musically or just in general.
And I don't know because, like I said, it's hard to say because you're promoting. You're your your other job. You're a director in a nursing home, taking care of the elderly, which we salute you on that. And then you're empowering women in the music industry. Um, then also too, you're making these songs to help motivate other people. So, what is it that you haven't put your hand on that you want? Let's rephrase that. What you haven't tapped into, but you want to.
So I honestly haven't tapped into it, but I got a taste of it. Sometimes God shows you where He's trying to take you, and then He sends you right back over there and say, "Now you got to live it to get there." Um, I did my first public speaking. I want to talk to the youth. I want to do public speaking with battered women, areas of my life that I've endured, that I went through. Single mothers. I want to I want to be that go to. I want to do public speaking in that area. I've worked with kids for 14 years. I, you know what? That's the one thing I want to do right now. My next thing is okay. I want to find some public speaking gigs and you know go after it.
It's beautiful because in domestic violence, and I'm going to say this publicly, in domestic violence, people who are single mothers don't realize that they're not the only ones going through that situation. Even
Absolutely.
though you're the one that's getting the physical abuse, the child is getting the mental and emotional abuse with you. So just like you would need the counseling, they would need the counseling because
Most people don't realize, I when my kids were younger, I was always, I had my mom and dad. We did the church, we did the school, we go to vacation together, we sit down as a family, we pray together, we have our dinners together. I had that life. I wanted it for my kids, but what a lot of women don't understand is that you're doing more harm than you are good. And the older my kids got, and the more, I was in mama bear mode. Um, the day my kids pat me on my back and said it's about time, I was like, had I known you felt like that, I'd have been gone. But like, why you didn't pat my back a long time ago? But I said that to say, um, a lot of them feel like, no, I didn't have my mom, my dad in my life. I want to try to keep my family together. I want to give my kids something. You're doing more harm than you are good. You're creating a child that's going to shut down, that's going to resent the opposite sex. Whoever's not active in their life, you're creating more harm. And it is so hard unless you get them help. It's so hard to undo because they shut down from you and everything else. And you'll think, oh, I'm going to be the favorite parent because I'm there the whole time. They see me working, they see me providing. They don't see it. They're going to despise you just as well, because they'll never know the true story. So they don't know whose side to really pick, not unless you persuade them. So, another, long story, longer letter later, but you're doing more harm than you are good.
Definitely, most definitely. Um, People don't realize how well and how much a child who have witnessed domestic violence need counseling, right? Need to be able to have a form of release, not just, it's going to be okay, pat you on the back, and get you everything that you want. You know what I mean? Because you're creating a monster. And a lot of times, parents don't realize whether you're a single parent or you know what I'm saying, co-parenting or what have you, however the aspect is, you have to understand that you're the blueprint to adulthood for your children.
That's right.
And the type of individual that you are, the type of things that you're willing to accept, the type of things that you say, the type of things that you do, your
The long
child will turn around and do it as well.
way. Yeah.
You know? And, not for anything, that I'm a product of that situation personally. And I've seen it, I witnessed it, and, understood as I got older, you know, certain aspects and didn't want, people always talk about, I want to give my child something I never had, right?
Hmm.
The thing is, that's the whole logic. And they're force feed materials on them, and then the child get one of those um, complexes where they feel like they're entitled,
Yeah.
right? Then you sit there, then they play one parent against the other because they see power struggle with the father and the mother.
They have learned how to manipulate based upon what the things that they saw. So
And then they learn how to manipulate single parents, whether you're the mother or you're the father, they learn how to do all these things. So
absolutely.
there is no blueprint in parenting. There is no blueprint,
Not at all.
but there is a blueprint in understanding. You know what I mean? Teaching morals, teaching value, and understanding
That's the key.
is the key to everything. And
That's
it's crazy. We here to discuss your music, and we don't went in a whole different direction.
the feels, and it's okay. Somebody needed to hear that. It
Right.
happens. So we just gonna go with the flow.
Go with the flow.
We
And
just go.
can you believe an hour is already gone?
No. Oh wow, it has, hasn't it?
Yes.
It's okay.
Yes. And I love this interview. I love the energy. It's very, what I'm saying? It's very eye opening for a lot of people. And a lot of times we need to discuss these things. We're
Absolutely.
adults. You know what I'm saying? It's more than just taking off your clothes. It's more than just, what I'm saying, bumping and grinding because your kids need to know much more than that. And we need to be able to be free adults mentally and physically to be ourselves.
That's right.
Misunderstood, we're coming to the end of the show, and I want to thank you so much for coming on.
You
And if you don't mind, stay behind for about 2 minutes because
okay?
I want to email you something. You know what I'm saying? Um, so to help you with the things that you got going on. And
All right.
China says she wish you continued success on all your endeavors. You're an amazing woman, very inspirational. And
Thank you.
that comes from a woman who is a entrepreneur. You know what I mean? She does fashion. She
Do
sits
you?
there. Yes,
Oh,
yes. She
yes.
sits there and she's one of those. I don't even know what to call it. That you know what I'm saying, but she's a stylist. Yeah, she's a stylist. You know what I'm saying? Get the clothes and everything else. And also too, she has her own nail salon she's gonna open up. She has various different ventures that she
Oh,
does.
I love that.
And I I know this because I grew up with her and I grew up with the family. You know what I'm saying? So, this some of the things that I know, and she's very inspirational as well. She's one of those women that gets out there and gets it out the mud. So, you know what I mean? That's a lot. Um,
Keep doing your
so
thing.
definitely, definitely. And my cousin Cotton Candy, she's doing her thing. You know what I mean? She she's battling lupus and she's going through it. And she's an artist and she's a man, all these different things. She's struggling with her health, but she still takes time out to speak with artists. And you know what I'm saying? That's amazing for me too. You know what I'm saying? When I see women who have to overcome so much. And then we have the boss lady that just came in here, Miss
Oh,
Shantae Hunter. When I tell you this lady right here, her husband, MTM, is a heck of an artist. But if you talking about doing some business, oh my goodness, she plays no games. You understand?
okay.
I mean, and so this show is, and the comments and the people that's in it are very influential in the things that they've done, and it's so amazing to have a group of people in one setting, it's virtual or in the physical, that are like.
Right.
And I want to give you the opportunity to shout out anybody that you want. Let people know, first of all, let them know how they can follow you on social media, right?
Absolutely.
Let them know how they can get you booked the show, where they can get your music at, right? And let them know. You know what I mean? How next time they can see you.
All right. So on Facebook, I'm Talisha Cousin, parentheses misunderstood. There was a page that was hacked. Um, Instagram, I'm miss underscore understood 44. Um, my music is on all streaming platforms: iCloud, Spotify, um, SoundCloud. You can find me, on all the streaming platforms. So y'all go like, follow, subscribe, follow back. Um, Big shout out to Smoketages 77, um, hottest drummer from Detroit. What up, though?
Without
Uh,
a doubt.
Major shout out to all of my work people. I'm always giving them a hard time. I come in here, y'all. I got a new song. Tell me what you think. I bleed their ears before I bleed anybody else's. So they're always there for me. Everybody that has supported me, Yolanda Marshall, helping me with artists, with showcases, just getting the balls rolling. I appreciate it all of them. Blue Rose Art Bistro giving me artist platform to create a show. Every local venue that has opened their door to me, I appreciate it. Giving you a shout out, thank you. Um, and to you, Real to Real, the Mister himself, you for
Well,
opportunity. Get in my face, my name, my music out there. Definitely appreciate it. Salute to you, and all the wonderful upcoming artists. I shout out to everybody that's trying to eat. It's enough out here for us all to eat, so let's eat.
I want to thank you so much, uh, because music is inspiring, very moving, and we love listening, hear great music. And I want to let you know that any way that we can help you here, Real to Real 360. You have music that you want to promote, have an event that you want to promote. You know what I'm saying? And when I say we we will be there for you, we will be there for you. You know what I'm saying? Thank you so much, Shante. I appreciate that. I appreciate that comment. That means a lot. When you need us, just what I'm saying, like I said, phone call away. Just hit us out. Yeah. Also, too, I want to thank everyone who has been supporting Real to Real 360. I want to thank everybody who's been watching on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, TikTok, um, GC Radio. You know what I'm saying? Is pushing this in 132 countries, the audio. Um, Vertical Society TV will be airing this in a couple of weeks on their television app. You can get that on Roku and Fire Stick. Also, too, 82.3 WPUSO in Columbus, Ohio. Thank y'all for allowing us to be y'all morning show. Greatly appreciate it. And so, too, I want to shout out Lady Shay Williams, always the support that she gives with Real to Real 360. Miss Des, the support that you give is amazing. We appreciate everyone who puts their hand in to make sure that we're successful and we present a um, professional interview and treat the guests with much respect. Thank you so much, Misunderstood. We appreciate you. Stick around for about 2 minutes, so we're gonna get this together if you don't mind. You know what I mean? But I know you might have to get up out that office because it's getting close to Thanksgiving time. Everybody will be, you know.
She, will do, man.
Everybody want it. So we're gonna get up out of here, all right? So, ladies and gentlemen, y'all know what it is. And next week is gonna be a heavy week. We got Young Guy coming on. You know what I'm saying? We got Lover Boy for Bo coming on. We got Cecily Wilborn. We got Al Liz. We got Bree Woot. It's gonna go down. Next week is gonna be great. So, ladies and gentlemen, make sure y'all tune in. And nothing but love. Thank you.
Am I the meanest? Sure enough. Am I the baddest mofo low down around this time? Sure enough. But who am I?
Joshua Law.
Who am I?
Joshua Law.
I can't hear you.
Joshua Law. Mr. PhD.
Yo, ladies and gentlemen, we're starting to come to the end of the show. Right now, I want to take the time out and thank our guests for coming on. Also, too, we want to make sure that y'all listening and subscribing and tell a friend and keep sharing because we're going to keep bringing y'all the real content. You know what I mean? So, DJ KY, my brother, take us up out of here, son. Peace.
I want to give a big shout out to the nation of gods and earth. To all the human families on planet Earth, I say peace. But to our subscribers, those who continue to watch and listen to the show each and every time we come on, I give a big shout out to love, peace, and happiness. The peace of man, woman, and child of the you and I verse. It's time for us to disperse. We bring the